Hi, Bill Henshaw here again on my YouTube videos and my uwinnincourt at gmail.com email address. And here's another issue that's arisen with all this COVID pandemic crap going on out there. And it directly affects my sweetie. And I'm going to be trying to help her and do the same thing for you because she's been at her job almost 40 years. They're now going to be terminated, which raises some serious issues about seniority from the openers. But more importantly, they're taking the position that she has voluntarily retired and they're basing her benefit packet based on that. And they're going to find out that's dead wrong for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is that what's happened with all this unprecedented COVID crap couldn't possibly have been anticipated by anybody who signed a contract like that, especially my sweetie. Corporations, maybe they could envision it, but they don't have status and standing like we do in judicial courts and can fix it. So that said, we're going to take the position that what she should get, and it will vary from person to person, but there's a reasonable expectation that she might have not retired for another 8 or 10 years. And in my view, given the fact she's not in any way responsible for all these events that have happened, especially in the government in which we are not represented, but the corporations are, they're the ones that have to take the fall. And they have to pay her however many years it's determined that she would otherwise have worked, the full amount of what she would work, and it's not taxable income either, people. They're not taxpayers out there. You don't know that, but trust me, to be a taxpayer, you have to be an artificial corporate entity that owes your birthright citizenship to the Section 1 of the non-existent 14th Amendment. So we have that in the mix, and we have the pension that she's going to be getting, which is likely to be much more than it would be given that we're going to recalculate it based on these events for which my friend is not responsible and you aren't either. A cautionary word here. Your union is probably going to be totally against this. They're going to tell you I'm some bleeping idiot, doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Not true, as you'll see by acquiring my constitutional defense document packet. Send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com. I'll send you information on that. And you're going to find out that black is white, like they say in Langley. The attorneys don't know the law. I do and can prove it. I have an impressive record, very arguably 4 for 4 with the U.S. Supreme Court, with documentary support, and that's saying something. If I'm one of their damn union attorneys done anything like that. So they're going to be against you. They have irreconcilable conflicts of interest against you, and for a variety of reasons you'll learn about by acquiring my materials. So here we go. Especially if you're in the seniority age, I would say above 50 or 55, we're getting jobs in this new environment is going to be very difficult. I think the equation changes tremendously and the contract needs to be reinterpreted. And oh, by the way, it was never an employer-employee contract to start out with. You were fraudulently induced into that, just as you were fraudulently induced to apply for social insecurity benefits, driver's license, marriage license, you name it. By the way, the legal definition of license from Black's Fourth Law Dictionary: permission granted by competent authority to do an act that without such permission would be illegal, a trespass or a tort. Think about that one a minute. We who created all the government and we're in a principal and agent relationship, we tell them what to do. They're going to tell us we need their permission to get married, need their permission to travel in a conveyance. By the way, you do not, quote unquote, drive a vehicle of a type required to be registered. That's commerce. And again, those commerce clause powers are admiralty, which state courts can't exercise. And you're certainly not required to have auto insurance, which is also admiralty. They can't prove a damn bit of it. And yet I've never seen one attorney go into court, state bar association attorney, make any of these arguments whatsoever. Now, maybe they're abysmally ignorant. I don't know. It could be some of them are actively concealing this knowledge, which is not only worse, that might be treasonous. But that said, this stuff just has to stop. And if you're having a problem with your work, especially if you're union oriented, my services are available at a very modest price. to help with that, and with your friends in the union also, the ones that would qualify for what we're talking about here. If you've been there 8 or 10 years or 15, who knows? It might not. But with my sweetie being there almost 40, people that have been there that long and won't be able to get a job have a lot more coming than either the union or the company thinks. And I think we can make them see the light and do it quickly. That said, send me an email, uwinningcourt@gmail.com, for information on my document packets. Like my videos, subscribe, tell your friends, get the word out. The more of us doing this, especially across the spectrum, Americans, Africans, Asians, the quicker we're going to beat these badgers, and we have an unprecedented window of opportunity to do it. Thank you.